at Scotch and Water events, area sales and marketing manager at the Park Hotels. Sir, it's a privilege to have you as a resource person for today's webinar. Welcome, sir. Our other resource person is Professor Hina K. Bijli. Madam is currently professor in the School of Continuing Education at the Indira Gandhi National Open University, IGNOU, New Delhi. She has been the director of School of Continuing Education, IGNOU, and her academic career of 25 years has spanned across several prestigious universities. Professor Bijli is a member of various advisory boards, academic bodies, and statutory bodies in several universities. She has launched a diploma in event management in IGNOU and has contributed to several academic programs of study. She has delivered several educational programs through Jnanadarshan, Jnanavani, and podcast. She has developed a curriculum at the graduate, postgraduate level, and for PhD programs in different universities. Madam, your contributions in this field is outstanding, and we're glad to have your session today. Welcome, ma'am. Finally, the man behind the conduct of this national event is Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, our beloved Director of RSD. Presently, he holds the position of Director, Regional Service Division in IGNOU. He has more than 32 years of experience in planning and implementation of distance education programs in India. He went on deputation to work as a Director, Knowledge Management in School of Good Governance and Policy Analysis, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal in 2008, where he worked till 2010, during which he significantly contributed for identification and dissemination of good practices in government. His primary research interests include open and distance learning systems and sustainable development. Sir, thank you very much for providing this opportunity to conduct this national level event under your dynamic guidance. Now, may I request Sri Amit Singla to kindly deliver the keynote address, please.
Namaskar everyone, Namaskara everyone from Karnataka, from everywhere else in the country.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Is it audible now? Yeah, okay. I will. Namaskara from everyone in Karnataka and namaste everyone else from everybody else from everywhere, across the country. Good morning, Dr. Pandey. Good morning, Hinaji. Thank you, Radhaji, for a lovely introduction. I think, I welcome everyone, each and every individual who's come to attend today's webinar on event management. I was talking to Hinaji today morning, and what I was thinking is, today's rather than a keynote address, I would rather take it and make it like a very, very conversational approach to this whole webinar, because it will be that much more interesting for everyone. You will have a lot more questions to ask. We will be able to rather answer your queries and questions. So why don't we take it like that and take it from there. Hinaji, what do you say?
Sure, Amitji. Thank you for stating your interest in interacting with students. And definitely this will give a certain inquisitiveness to students also to come up with ideas and questions to us. Specifically, we are also privileged here to have Amit Singla ji with us. He's an industry icon in corporate events, event planning, product launches, live events, public speaking, video production, 3D design, presentations, life coach above all, so we are so privileged, and I think we are quite at an advantage here to learn so much from you today, Mr. Singla. I'm very thankful to the Regional Service Division and Regional Center Bangalore, Dr. S. Radha and her efficient team for putting up this event for all the learners. This webinar is a need of the hour, because we have been through tough times during the COVID scenario, and the event industry is back with full enthusiasm. So, a warm welcome from my side as well, Dr. Singla. And he's the Chief Executive Officer of India for Scotch and Water Events. And you've been spearheading events at the local, regional, national, as well as international level. Needless to say, Mr. Amit Singla has also contributed immensely to the MOOCs, massive open and online courses in event management, which were launched in July 2020. And I must say with pride that he and his team have done such a good piece of work. They have done so much in event studies. They have contributed so much to the event education sector in the form of giving back to the industry, giving back to us. In the sense that today our MOOCs are amongst the top 10 MOOCs in IGNOU. And these MOOCs are hosted through SWAYAM. They are very popular MOOCs in event management. So all the more reason that we should know more about this subject and where the industry is going to take us today. Because right now the diversity of event space is enormous. There is a wide spectrum of events as we see today. So Singlaji, without wasting much time, knowing your vast experience in the field of hospitality and events, would you like to tell us something about the scope of this industry?
Yes, indeed. This industry is, I would say, is just, if I speak, I mean, I'm a hotelier, okay? I come from a hotel background. So if I say in those terms, it's just baking now, okay? It's just baking now. It is just forming. It is in infancy right now. And right today also, I mean, Hinaji would be more appropriate to give me those numbers, but we are today already at about I think 15-20,000 crore in terms of the industry size. Okay, so scope of this industry is immense. I mean, it is growing at a CAGR of 18 to 20%, which is unheard of in any other industry today. All other regular grown industries, this kind of growth is unheard of. So great potential for anyone and everyone who wants to come into this industry, who wants to join this industry, to be a part of this whole fraternity, whole community. And it is not just that you have to have only one kind of skill set to become part of this industry.
Our YouTube recording is there, no? Recording also. I'll take the photo also.
Okay, because she asked me.
Acha. Right now only.
To DJ News.
Yes, right now only.
Somebody changed it, I think. No, he's getting in the speaker.
RC Bangalore, kindly mute your.
Getting speaker view in there. It's not getting.
Acha, speaker view. Okay.
Radhaji, can we just put yourself on mute, please?
Oh, how did you know? You are telling always.
Yeah. Okay, we'll continue to talk. Okay, so I was at a point that okay, every student, every learner, everyone who would want to join this industry is thinking absolutely right. I mean, look at any other industry you would want to join. Your skill set, which is what you may have, can also get sharpened when you join this industry. But at the same time, what you get to learn in this industry are life skills. They will make you, lead your life really respectfully. You can be a creator, you can be a curator, you can be a production engineer, you can be operations person, you can handle clients, there is so much to do, and there is so much more to do and achieve in this industry for everyone.
So like you said that the Indian event and activation industry is pegged at almost 18,000 to 20,000 crores or even more, because we have a lot of organized and unorganized players also in the industry. That widens the scope for our learners also for an easy entry into the industry. So does this mean that the event industry has enormous scope for employment? Is it a major employment generator in that sense?
Indeed. So what you rightly touched upon is, very structured and unstructured market. So the numbers what we shared, 18 to 20,000 crore today, is a very structured market of event space, event activation, and MICE and all that. Not even MICE. MICE is much, if you add that, it will become much bigger than that. Uh, Weddings in India is majorly a unstructured segment. That itself is more than 1 lakh crore in the industry, but most of it is unstructured. Most of it is small players and everything. But today, wedding planning has become a big subject. That's also part of our event industry as well. In terms of employment, currently itself, event industry, the structured market employs close to about 10 million people. Okay. And if I really add all the F&B, hospitality and tourism people into it, advertising and marketing people into it, it will be close to about 50 million people which is employed by the industry today. Okay. And that much more requirement more. I mean, already there are only 50 million, and I'm telling you, we need 50 million more in coming 5 to 10 years time.
Definitely, Amitji, because many event industry experts, they keep telling us that the quality of talent that is entering the industry is very insufficient, and many of them are not professionally qualified even while they enter the industry. And they need to have some background knowledge about the of events. And at the same time, like you said, MICE has great prospects. So likewise, do intellectual properties, the cultural events, the digital space, government events, do we have prospects in those areas also? The sports events. Earlier, we were not so familiar with sports events, but now they were quite unheard of except for the national and global level events. But nowadays, sports are being promoted in regions as well. So, what do you have to say about all these events? What is the scope lying over there?
So, the scope of industry in India has really grown, not just one aspect of it. So, as you rightly said, so I'll take one by one. Sports events, for example. Earlier, it used to be only big events, national, as you said, national and international events, which used to be organized by professionals, which used to be organized by professional organizations like us, and so many more. But today, even a corporate sports tournament, an organization based out of Bangalore, Pune, or anywhere else, those tournaments also are organized by professional companies and people. Okay, so that is the growth of event professionals, which has happened in particular to sports events as only.
They
Apart
serve
from,
as incentive kind of events as well,
oh,
or
absolutely.
recreational, right?
Yes, yes. So whether it is sports, whether it is to engage your employees in terms of their, whatever engagement activities you do through the year, or you want to connect with your customers, or you want to, engage your partners and entertain them in any ways, you will need the help of a professional. And who is that professional? That professional is an event management company or a event management professional who can come to your aid. And so, as when you began, you said that industry has come to you and said that we want people who are a lot more, knowledgeable about the background of the industry, about the content, about what they can do, about basics of the industry. I mean, whichever. I come from a hotel school, IHM Bangalore, where I've studied hoteliering. So that school, made me ready on the basics of hotel industry globally and India. We were ready to join a hotel. We knew the functions, we knew how it operates. But today, event management, people join only because of passion. Okay, that's great. Passion is number one, thing which you require to join industry like ours. But having said that, if you have prior knowledge about concepts, about industry practices, about how things are done, about insurances, about technology, about design, about multiple such other things, it will make you a great professional when you enter the industry, and your growth will be that much faster in the industry because you will understand things from day one. You are not learning on the job. On the job, you are doing things to grow, right? And you have already set a great platform, great knowledge platform from where you will jump higher. That's why you will need a lot more of such individuals who will come, prepared on the basics.
So for any event, Amitji, if we were to stage any particular event, do you think a lot of logistics go into events, a lot of budgeting and sponsorship goes into, I mean, budgeting is a separate aspect, sponsorship is a separate aspect. But coming to the finance part, do you think event managers should have adequate knowledge in these areas also? Because ideally what happens is, suppose we are working in a particular event firm, we feel, oh, someone else is looking after these departments, from the view point of a lay person, any student who wants to enter the industry would think, oh, I want to directly become a marketing manager or a creative director or a decor specialist. So what kind of advice would you give to our learners as to uh, when they enter the industry? Of course, our program in IGNOU Diploma in Event Management was envisaged to make students industry ready. But at the same time, what should a learner be prepared while she or he enters the industry?
Very good question. So, you should see, whichever industry it is, whether it is event industry or any other industry. Although we aspire to become a manager on day one, but that doesn't happen, right? So we don't become managers on day one. But what a platform like IGNOU or education like that can prepare you to become manager much faster than otherwise. So what you should be ready with, is that you are ready to learn. That's one thing you should be ready with. That you are ready to learn. When you enter, that you are ready to learn, you're ready to observe, you're ready for the exposure. See, this industry will give you great amount of exposure. The number of people you will meet in your job, with whichever department, whichever function you are working for, number of people you will meet, the kind of organizations you will meet. One day you might be working with the FMCG food company, another day you might be working with a automobile organization, another day you might be working for an IT company. So amount of understanding and learning you get for different industry functions, how they operate, what are their challenges, is immense. So from day one your learning starts. You get to, so be ready for learning is number one. Number two is, be ready to understand yourself as well. As you join the industry, maybe initially when you joined, you start to work with production team, let's say. Maybe 6 months down the line, you realize that, okay, this creativity is already there in me, and maybe I can think much better than what other people are currently doing. Maybe you can immediately, start shifting into the creative department, or you say, I can handle clients better. So maybe you can shift to the client servicing team, or you say, no, I can go ahead, go out in the market and get business for my company, get more events for my organization. You can become part of the business development team. So similarly, there are multiple departments in the event industry which you can be ready to explore when you join. Although obviously, when you have a great basic education platform, of something like IGNOU.
Do you think that entertainment planning also gives an added touch to the event for any particular event, or is it event specific? Some events do not require entertainment planning because that requires different kinds of skill sets and external resources. So I just started with one external resource, but then there's a lot of vendor support which is there in the industry. We contact catering managers, we contact technical specialists who try to make your event successful, to create a very desired kind of an experience. Sometimes it's a 360-degree live experience also for interaction and live engagement. So could you throw some light on this also, sir?
Yes, sure. So I think I missed the point of finance and budget planning as well in the last question. So let me just
Yes.
take that thread as well.
Okay, sure.
So every event professional need to be involved and understand financial and budget planning for every event. See, every event event in any kind of event will involve too many small purchases to large purchases to vendor management to partner management. I don't like to call them vendors. I call them partners because they are when they do good things, agencies do larger things, right? So so it involves everything. You need to understand costs. You need to understand what is your selling point, what kind of margins you want to operate with, what are your operating costs, what are your direct costs, everything you need to be aware of. So all that financial management is must and certain to understand for every professional, whichever department you're going to join with. It's so much so important that then only you become a holistic event manager. Tomorrow you want to start an agency of your own. Tomorrow you want to become an entrepreneur. This all will really help you to become one. Okay, so that was on financial and budget planning. The second question was about entertainment planning. See, what is an event? Event is nothing but an experience created for some set of people, right? Now, experience comes from our senses and touches, about what we hear, what we see, what we taste, what we smell. All our senses come into play when we talk about an experience. That's exactly what we need to do for an event. Yes, we need to understand what is the kind of music we are playing for an event. Yes, we need to understand what is the decor, so what we see becomes that much more. If it is beautiful, it delights me. If I hear good music, it delights me, right? If I see great performances, if I see great entertainers, curated as per the event, it delights me. If I eat great food, it delights me. So yes, it involves entertainment management, but as per the event demand. If it is a sports event, different kind of entertainment. If it is corporate event, different kind of entertainment. Similarly, the kind of food you pick, which region you are working with, what is your audience. According to that, obviously it requires management of every such element in every event.
So taking on from what you said, that was a very interesting aspect which you informed us, Mr. Singla. One more thing which it comes to my mind is there's a lot of creativity and ideation that goes into event management. It is said that unless and until you are creative, you cannot do well in the industry. Is it so? Or creativity is something that we can learn through our journey? While studying event management also, do you think we can learn creativity? What do you have to say on this? Because creativity gives the wow factor. So the creative edge has to be there. That's what they say. So what is your take on this? Because many of us are not creative, but we want to do something creative, right? So, yeah.
So, firstly, I think most of us don't even know whether we are creative or not. Right. So at young age, I'm talking about students. I mean, when I was 18, 20 years old, 90% of us, we didn't know what is real creativity and are we really creative do we have that edge in us or not? But then, specifically from event management industry thing, the exposure, what you get in the industry will bring that creative edge out of you. You will start thinking, how will you be able to make this event better next time? So you attend an event, you create an event, but your mind will be telling you, how can you make it better next time if you do this? Right? If you are
automatically you become creative.
Automatically you become creative. That side of you gets sharpened. That gets the shine when you start working more and more with the event in the event industry. It's all about creativity and planning. What wows our audience is planning and creativity. We need to think of everything which can happen or which cannot happen. So what can go right and what can go wrong. We need to think of everything of those and be ready for it. That's event management. And creativity and planning will come into play in both the things. What can go right? We need to be ready for it. We need to create. We need to plan for it. What can go wrong? We need to plan that much more for it, because contingency plan. What is our backup action? What is our backup creative? All that. So absolutely necessary. But you learn on the job. As you attend more and more events, this edge of yours gets more and more shine.
So one very important question comes to my mind. A lot of students today in our webinar who are connected, they are from the tourism studies background. Some are learning hospitality. Some are from management studies. Some are from home science background where they learn interior decoration, resource management, and some are from social sciences. So, do you think this tourism industry, management, jobs, and the hospitality industry are connected to event management in some way or the other? Because looking at your wonderful trajectory of your professional life, you have also been in the same industry, but today you're really enjoying your profession of being a successful event entrepreneur, I would say. So do you think there is some connection? Could you connect the dots and tell us?
For me, 100%, because so for everybody's knowledge, I would want to tell you that I mentioned earlier as well that I come from a hotel school. I'm a hotelier by education, by blood. I call myself hotelier by, like that. So I learned to become an hotelier. But when I was working with hotels, I was exposed to events. I saw events happening in my hotel. Okay, and that's when I realized that this is such an interesting field. What really made me join this industry, because every day is a different day. You're so much so in it's been 21 years since I joined this industry. I am still not bored, because every day is a different day. Every day we are working towards a different challenge. Every day we are working towards delighting a different customer in a different way. That doesn't happen in every other job. I mean, tell me which other industries you can talk about where you will do crazily different things every single day. 90% of the industries, majority of the jobs, you are doing mundane, regular things every day. 9 to 6, this is what you're slotted to do. That's what you continue to do every day. But here, the fun you have in managing those different things, working with different kinds of people, different kind of customers, different kind of industries, whether it is a wedding, whether it is a sports event, or whether it is a intellectual property, a concert, it's different kind of fun. Yeah. At the same time, you're growing. At the same time, you're making good financial, thing for yourself, living for yourself. This industry is much, better paying than a lot of other industries. If you have the passion, if you have the right background knowledge about it, you can grow really faster to become a good professional tomorrow.
Do you think that a lot of revenue streaming is happening into the event industry through tourism and hospitality as well, and vice versa?
Yes,
These are
yes,
interlinked.
absolutely. Today, tell me a hotel which can really survive without events. Every five-star hotel coming up in the current country today, or anywhere across the world realized it a little more earlier than us though, but today, the last 10 years, we have done great progress on that front. Most of the hotels which come up today make large banquet halls, convention halls, conference halls, because we have realized that the revenue which comes from events to hotels is much more than the revenue which comes from the rooms to the hotel. The hotel. So the projections have become much better for hotel industry. People traveling for events, that contributes to the tourism of that destination, tourism of that location much more than any other thing. Maybe we might not have great sightseeing places for that location, but if it is a great conference destination, the number of people who will come to that place, similarly, the number of flights will increase to that destination. It's all interconnected.
No wonder the destination marketing organizations, tourism promotion bureaus, government tourism promotion bureaus also, we see in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, they all promote events. Definitely. Otherwise, so event industry is definitely a large revenue generator, so to speak.
Absolutely. See,
for destinations and regions as well.
now our state government departments, state tourism bodies have started to market themselves to event planners, event managers. I mean, internationally also, you go to Middle East, you go to other countries like Thailand and everybody. There, their promotional boards come and meet us almost once in 3 months, 6 months. They, they do so much of offering projections to us that we will offer you so many things, so many goodies if you come and do events with us. Similar, why are they doing it? Because you are an important industry. Because event is such an important industry for them. It brings tourism to the country. It brings more and more number of people. They will spend their own personal wealth also in that destination, and it brings hotels that much more revenue for staying, for food and beverage, for organizing events, all that.
And the region also, I believe, comes into prominence then. The destination also becomes popular.
100%.
We look at the Kerala boat race and
Yes.
other such
Yes.
festivals which are organized by event
I mean, look
managers.
at Kerala Boat Race Festival, or you look at Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra is also an event, right? Today, so many agencies. It is cannot be managed by one such agency, but so many agencies are connected to organizing that.
Pushkar Mela is
Pushkar
there.
Mela Festival is an event, right? So
By
similarly,
E-Factor, yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, yes. So I think that's a wonderful insight, sir. And one last question after that. You're free to even ask me any questions if you want. Our learners would like to know that what are those particular specific skills they should know, they should have when they enter the industry. Specific skills in terms of soft skills or any other skill, which would equip them with those that kind of potential, so that they are successful in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a very good question. I would like to say this to every single learner out there who wants to join this industry. Trust me, guys. Work on your communication skills is one such skill you need to have. So don't worry. When I say communication skill, I'm not talking about English language. Okay, it can be English language. It can be, but then on the job you will learn that much, those many more languages and all that. But then be ready for it, right? Communication skills. When I'm saying be ready to communicate with people. Be ready to talk to people. Be ready to understand them and make them understand who you are. So that's very important. Number one. Number two kind of skills is or maybe I would say, before even communication comes passion. You need to be passionate about this industry. See, like so many other service industries as well, like hospitality or tourism, be ready to to kind of I'm so sorry. Be ready to sacrifice your weekends, vacations, or timings of New Year or anything like that. Trust me, most of we event managers are working on those dates, but we don't mind because it gives us a different kind of delight, right? Sometimes our families are also part of it, but we are still working, right? So that's the kind of delight we have. So be ready. That can happen only if you're passionate towards this industry. So passion, communication skills, be creative. Even if you whichever side of it, if you can draw, sketch, think. If you are a chef, if you are a foodie, if you are a home science person, anything. So any side of it, whatever creativity you can, try to hone that. That will really help you to become a more creative person in the event industry. Be persuasive. Whatever you're doing, make sure that when you start, you ensure that it is finished till the end. Be take the ownership. When you take the ownership, you mean that this is my responsibility and I will own it to the final dot, to the finish. Okay. So these are some of the skills which you need to have, which you need to be prepared for when you join this industry.
And like you said, just like you, Mr. Amit, many event industry experts whom I've come across, whom I've interacted with, I've also been a part of their events. I've been a part of the Event and Entertainment Management Association of India. I've seen their events. Most of them seem to enjoy their experiences much as they can, just like the audience who is there, for whom the event is conducted. And whenever I say, don't you want to take a break? They say, we do not want to take a break. We are enjoying this so much. We are so passionate about this that we don't feel like taking a break. So I think this is the USP of this particular skill of conducting events. We know where we are, we enjoy what we do, and we would like to take our passion forward.
Undoubtedly. I mean, I'm telling you, I am an entrepreneur today. I have been running this business from last over 2 decades today. But my team members, all my team members, they work sometimes long hours, right? So because that's our industry, they work, they do setups through the night and they run events through the day. Trust me, if you sometimes go and randomly ask them also, aren't you tired? They'll tell you no, because they are enjoying the process so much. Because what is our biggest outcome after every event? Those delightful faces when we see that audience which gets delighted, who laughs, who claps, who gets joyed by what we do. That's our real revenue. Apart from whatever money we make, that gives us so much of passion, so much of contentment and happiness, which nobody else can give us in the world.
No wonder that's why it's called the business of experiences. You provide the experience which a hoarding cannot provide, which a television ad cannot provide, a live ad also cannot provide, because events give the touch and feel factor. So definitely it's an engagement.
Absolutely. I call it a profession of 6 senses. Yes. We appeal to every sense of yours. So that's the kind of profession it is.
And I remember the Karnataka Event Association also, kind of felicitated and honored people, the Corona warriors. If I could recall, your association had played a major role in this by acknowledging their role in looking after people affected by COVID. I think that is a very big service that your industry has done. Kudos to all of you. So Amitji, that was really nice. And what I'll do now is, I'd like to do a small screen share about the Diploma in Event Management program, which we are running in IGNOU, so that our learners who are linked today in this webinar, they'll come to know what, just briefly for 3 to 4 minutes, I'd like to present what this diploma is all about and how it is going to benefit them. So after that, if you require to ask me questions or learners can ask questions, the floor would be open to all. So if I may be allowed to present now, I'll make a very brief presentation about the structure of the diploma program.
So that will be really nice.
Yes, ma'am. Really great, ma'am. Now may I request Dr. Hina Bhaji to kindly deliver a talk on this particular special program of IGNOU. Madam, kindly excuse me. I think our director RHD has joined.
Yes, sir.
So
sure.
me invite our director because he has so many meetings today. So I think.
Yeah.
Please,
hear from him.
Dr.
Yes,
Hina,
sir.
please go ahead with your presentation. In fact, I am very much in the meeting and I have
Yes,
been very keenly listening to what the honorable.
If you would like to speak, sir, please.
Yeah, please go ahead with your. I will be there in this meeting for till.
Okay. I'll just make a brief presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So just to present a snapshot of the Diploma in Event Management program, which was launched about 3 years back in IGNOU. And this is the time when the industry was picking up really well in India. It still is. The eligibility for this diploma program is 10+2 pass. The medium of instruction currently is in English. And the minimum duration of this diploma program is 1 year, but you have the flexibility of completing this program anytime before 3 years. The admissions are open in both January and July cycles. That's how IGNOU functions for most of the programs. So the program structure, I'd like to inform all of us here that we are listening from Mr. Amit. We are really enthused by the diversity and dynamism of the event industry, and keeping in view the wide spectrum of events before us and the present needs of the industry, that we need to have a very skilled and robust manpower, and to strengthen the talent which is entering the event industry. All the industry experts, all the stalwarts of the event industry, I would say, got together in IGNOU, and we crafted this program. We designed this program, which is specifically targeted to people who are already there in the industry, but who'd like to, enhance their knowledge and skills in the subject area. They wanted to professionalize the field, the event industry experts. We also saw to it that anyone who does this diploma program has a chance to do entrepreneurship in this area. And for those who want to enter the industry also, this would be a good training program. So we try to bring in not just theoretical skill sets through theory, knowledge and skill sets, but also training through internship and practicum in this program. So on the screen, we can see that the program structure includes 7 courses, out of which 5 are theory courses: basics of event management, event planning, where we try to teach about how you get to know the client, how do you do opportunity analysis, feasibility assessment, what are the risks involved, risk management, how do you coordinate events, how do you design events, what are human resources, how do you do human resource planning for events, what are logistics, how do you do logistics planning, entertainment planning, and much more. Then in event coordination and control, we learn about how to stage events. We are not talking about a stage where the bride and bridegroom sit. In the language of event management, in event parlance, staging of events means the entire environment, the ecosystem which is created for that particular event, where the audience will assemble, where the event will take place, how easy and how memorable it is going to be. So all this, and of course, we are also going to learn about how to critically evaluate events, because that is one area which many event managers articulated has been neglected. The pre-event evaluation is a very big neglected area, but post-event evaluation is something we've been doing through feedback and through the social media as well. So all this we are going to learn in event coordination and control. Then event marketing and promotion is one area which needs a lot of expertise and skills. So that is where we bring on aspects like marketing fundamentals, segmenting, targeting, marketing, what is consumer behavior, who is a consumer for the event, what is his behavior going to be like, all that has been brought in theory. How are you going to analyze marketing opportunities? How are we going to do the branding and positioning of events? So we need to understand that events are major marketing tools to drive products and services, for example, through product launches, mall activations, and similar kinds of events. But at the same time, we have to learn to market our event in itself, because our event is a product in itself in event industry. So how are you going to market your own event to make your event business successful? That is very, very important. So through brand building, media management, how are you going to handle media, public relations, branding, positioning of events, sales promotion, digitally marketing events, all this you're going to learn in event marketing and promotion. Then, of course, like Mr. Singla said, it is very, very essential for all of us to know about event financing and accounting. Financing, where the revenue sources come through sponsorship. All the events which are held, for whomever the events are held, they are going to sponsor our events. We have external sponsors also. How are you going to budget your event? So all these aspects are very, very salient. Otherwise, this program will lose its salience. So you have to learn about these aspects as well. What are the auditing aspects? What is taxation? What are the permissions which are required to conduct events? All these. So it's a very, very comprehensive kind of program. In this program, we are also going to learn about the different kinds of events, such as personal events, space, which includes weddings, destination weddings, anniversaries. Then we have the social and cultural events, the Jaipur literature. A lot of examples are there for you to understand. Intellectual properties, I already said, because many events which are becoming successful today are getting converted into intellectual properties. So all this, of course, bookkeeping, accounting, all this we are going to learn in even financing and accounting. But all these are very, they have been explained in a very basic manner, basic language for all of you to understand. Then, of course, internship is the hallmark of our program, where the learner is going to engage herself or himself with an event firm or an event agency. It depends for how long you're going to engage in the internship, depends upon the kind of event you will be associated with. So it could be a product launch, it could be a wedding, it could be a charity fundraiser, anything like that, or it could be a festival or an expo or a MIC, which is meeting incentive conferences and exhibitions. Then we also have practicals there, where you can do your practical work while you are doing your internship. So very quickly, this is what I was talking about. This is what you're going to study in different chapters, in different courses. In event planning, you're going to study this. In event coordination and control, you're going to study this. In event marketing and promotion, you're going to study this. The details which I just discussed. Event financing and accounting, this is what you're going to learn. And we have internship, which is weighted of 8 credits and practicum of 4 credits. Little more about internship. So there's a manual which we provide. For the theory courses, we provide books. They are also called blogs. And for internship, we have a separate manual. You just need to read through it. It is very self-explanatory. Everything has been explained in very simple language. You register yourself with an event management company or a firm or agency. Regional Center Bangalore and other regional centers will help learners in getting in touch with an event firm. Amit ji will tell us more about how to get on to internship. KEMA is going to help us in that, the Karnataka Event Association. Then the schedule, like I said, could be any time from 1 month to 3 months, depending upon what kind of event you're associated with. So these are the kinds of events. You can choose any one particular event and do your internship, and thereupon the file gets submitted for evaluation. Similarly, for practicals, we have a practicum workbook in which you can enter whatever event you attend, you can enter the details and you can write about your experiences. You'll be asked about apps, event management apps, websites, how can you design events. So very, very interesting and very, very creative activities have been provided. And you can do the practicum work by visiting events in your own city or state, or by watching on YouTube or Facebook and TV. So before starting the practical activities, again, you're advised to go through the instructions given in the workbook. But what I'd like to say at the end of my presentation is that please, when you read the contents of the book, you will find going through the contents also very enjoyable and interesting, because a lot of creative activities have been included in the curriculum, in the content, also self-learning material. So while you study, while you learn, you'll enjoy doing these activities. There are a lot of walk-in activities, there are a lot of exploratory activities. You can walk into any event, or you can get it to any event firm and request them to help you, because all the event firms, almost all the event firms that I know of, they are very, very receptive to learners coming to them and, acting as volunteers. And in many cases, the volunteers also get paid. So this is all from my side, and I'm sure you will, once you enroll, you will enjoy learning this program. And all the best to all of you who join this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Really, it is a very good program and useful very much also for all the, not only for the students, even I suggest the staff also can take this opportunity. And today we have the regular, our MBA students of our regular colleges and also the staff. And we have also invited IHM also. Our Professor Amit is the alumni of IHM Bangalore. So I have invited them also to take part. And Madam, really it's a great opportunity. We have learned a lot. Even what we planned is a webinar, but what we experienced is a panel discussion. It's so interesting, the way of conducting is very good. And now I request our Director RSD to kindly address our audience, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, UC Pandey, sir, are you available?
Yes, yes, sir, I'm there.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Kindly, sir.
Okay, okay. I'm very sorry. Yeah, actually, I've been listening to the conversations and very much thankful to our esteemed guest for today's meeting, for sparing his time, and all my colleagues and the students who are here in this meeting. First of all, I would like to compliment the Regional Director, IGNOU Regional Center of Bangalore, for holding this important meeting. In fact, this program, Diploma in Event Management, is one of the very potential program for the students. In fact, this is a job-oriented programs, and I've been seeing the enrollment trends for this program, but they are not very uniform across the country. And during the past, in some of the pockets, there has been very encouraging response, whereas in some of the other pockets, it has not been as good as it should be there. The first thing which I'd like to apprise our esteemed guests for this meeting is that IGNOU's program is very distinct in many ways. Then the first important point is that this program is basically, it has been developed through a core stream approach. Core stream approach in the sense that we have identified experts from different organizations. Conventionally, what happens is that in most of the universities, when the program is developed, only the faculty members belonging to that or particular university are involved in the program development. But IGNOU's approach is different in the sense that we identify the best person wherever they are, in whichever university or organization they are. So that gives a very unique feature of quality assurance in our system. And we get the best possible input from wherever, in whichever university or industry, the people we identify, and we involve them in the development of the program. That is the first thing. And what we do is that we develop the self-instructional materials for the students. We call them the self-learning materials, basically. And the idea is that to give some kind of study material to the students based on through which they can learn on their own. And this is well-researched material. Means these are not like the ordinary books which we get in the market, or they are not like the notes which generally the teachers give to their students, but they are basically, they have been developed through a core stream approach, which I said, and every chapter is written by some expert of that particular field. And therefore, this kind of self-learning material is something very unique thing which we give to our students. And because of this unique character of our self-learning materials, that we have been designated as a center of excellence by Commonwealth of Learning. And our study materials are in huge demand, not only in India, but across the world. So that is the reason why these materials, which we give to our students, are liked by our students. They are available for online. They are available online for free download, and that is something which IGNOU has done a very unique initiative, that we have put our study material online on a online repository, which we call eGyan Kosh, and the materials are available for free download. Even if somebody is not our student, they can download our study materials. So that is something which I want to tell you. And second is that on difficult topics involved in that study material, we have developed audio-visual materials. Audio-visual materials in the sense that wherever there are hard spots or some unique, some other kind of input has to be given to the students, we have developed specific videos or audios for the students. And there is a repository of these online audio-visual materials, which we have put on our eGyan Kosh for free download. And there is a catalog of all these materials which is available on our website, and the student can see whether, if they are interested, even if they are not our students, they can download these audiovisual materials and view those videos and or listen to those audios. So whatever IGNOU is doing, that is always available in the public domain, actually open for public scrutiny. And therefore, whatever material or the education is transacted in IGNOU, that is always available for the experts, for the students from conventional system to see it and give their comments. And therefore, the quality is basically kind of embedded in our processes, which we have in IGNOU. And third important thing is that about the Bangalore, we are telecasting our program from the Bangalore Regional Center in regional language also. In Kannada language, we are broadcast, and we are doing live telecast from Bangalore, and Dr. Radha is coordinating that activity. So that activity will pick up in the course of time, and we will do it in much bigger way. So likewise, we have regional, region-specific channels available, and Bangalore is one of them. And across the country and different regional centers, we are doing channel-based counseling also. Means the experts give live counseling, students sitting in their houses can view those programs and they can interact with the experts. So experts are invited from different organizations. So whatever we do, always all the institutions, the best possible expertise, all the institutions are involved in this. So it's basically a nationwide endeavor or whatever is done in IGNOU. And we have few things which are of public interest also. Means anybody, for instance, the Gyan Darshan is a TV channel through which regularly 24 hours we are telecasting our programs, educational programs. There are live slots available on which we invite experts from different organizations. They give live counseling to the students, and students can view those programs and on the DTS platform, because this channel is available on the DTS platform. You can, sitting at your home, you can participate, you can interact with the expert, because these are live sessions, and through a phone line you can always interact. Plus, this GTS, this telecast is available on the mobile also. If that is compatible with the mobile, people can access those signals on the mobile also. Similarly, we have a network of FM radio channels, and we have been broadcasting for quite some time on FM across the country. We have been running these radio stations, FM radio stations, and locally we have been broadcasting those our educational programs. This is a common feature in IGNOU. And the FM radio of Delhi headquarters also is available through web. And we have this Gyandhara radio, which is available to everybody, and people can access it through mobile, or they can access through their desktop or laptop, wherever they are. So IGNOU's ways of teaching and learning actually gives a feel of a nationwide classroom, which is available to the students. Means if there is a student sitting in Bangalore who is participating with interacting with the experts of our IGNOU headquarters through a live program, then at the same time, students, peer groups spread across the country or even abroad are also interacting at the same time. So they are always able to gauge their performance, means where do they stand, they can easily understand, and that gives them a unique feeling of being part of this nationwide classroom initiative, which IGNOU has made it possible through the technology-enabled ways. So this is what I want to tell you, and most probably you might be knowing it already. But what I want to ask a question, actually, I have been listening to all of your responses which you have been giving. But one question comes to my mind is that I think very few universities are offering these programs on event management. I've not heard anything, any program of any conventional university actually on event management. Maybe you might be knowing being the part of this profession. But how do you feel that as long as a person has done a structured program on event management, can he, does he become, he or she become fit to perform a role in the event management industry, or just on the job one can learn? I personally feel that as this is a major problem with this industry, that there's no trained manpower available actually, because universities are not offering it in a big way, except IGNOU. IGNOU has been doing it. Therefore, if we want this industry to grow, because then obviously universities should run structured academic, this professional program on event management, so that we can supply that manpower to the industry. This is what just I feel that. How do you feel that it is hitting the growth of this industry because the trained manpower is not available? And your voice is not.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, what you're saying is absolutely right. I mean, after hearing what Hinaji said and what you said about IGNOU and the program and structure and how what all it includes, what kind of options are available to students. I mean, it is for every student, every learner, it is a great opportunity to become a professional before even joining the industry. See, what you learn on the job is exposure. Yes, you are exposed to live events. You are exposed to live action. But if you know the subject before even getting exposed to the live action, your growth and your whole journey of career will be far better. Okay. In fact, after learning, seeing what Hinaji presented for the program, I will say anybody who joins our companies, I would recommend this program for them as well, alongside their job journey also, that they should join this program and learn the basics. If they have not learned it before, I would say I would go to that length as well. It seems that brilliant a program design.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your time and enlightening our students about this program. And I hope that many students who are here in this program, they may like to ask questions. So thank you very much. So with this, I conclude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for a kind presence
Anish.
and valuable guidance and all the support extending. Without your cooperation guidance, we could have not planned all these events. And now I request the invitees to kindly interact with our experts, please. You may clarify your doubts now.
Yeah. Any questions anybody have? I mean, while somebody comes up with a question, Hinaji, I would also like to mention a few things here. I mean, see, and this is the confidence which I get from the kind of program presentation which you have done. I'm telling you that any student who would do this program well, okay, in Karnataka or otherwise, we will guarantee you internships and recruitment after that. As a head of Karnataka Event Association, as a
Thank you so much.
president of this body, we would want to establish Karnataka as #1 destination in the country for events, weddings, IPs, and so on and so forth. Any student who would do this program, it seems so beautiful, so brilliantly designed. Any student who does this well, we will guarantee you internship and recruitment.
Thank you so much, sir, because that would be a real, it's our good fortune that we have you with us today, and you have uttered such golden words. Students keep grappling with, issues as to where they can go for internship and whether they'll get absorbed or not into the industry. So you have given a clear direction as to what is really needed to be done.
Yes,
They enroll into this program, and at this point itself, I would request Dr. Radha to
Sure, ma'am.
stay connected
Certainly.
with Amit ji, so that
Yes,
it becomes
yes,
a
yes,
channel
yes.
for our learners,
Yes,
because this kind of exposure
yes,
is
yes.
unprecedented and very, very
Yes.
unique. Which the kind of offer which Amit ji has done is really, really nice of him that he's come up with this. Many of our learners would be very happy, and I'm sure the students of Karnataka are lucky that we have Amit ji here with us. So,
You see, what happens is, and how does IGNOU help? See, talent could be sitting anywhere. It could be sitting in a home as a homemaker. It could be sitting in a remote village of Karnataka or anywhere else in the country. It could be sitting anywhere. And IGNOU, with this kind of programs, is really taking it to their doorstep, their house, their room. That you can sit here and learn and become ready to be hired.
I'd like to put it this way that KEMA, that is Karnataka Event Association of India, under your leadership, is trying to fulfill the mission of IGNOU, which is inclusive education. So I'm sure with this offer, many students in rural areas also could enroll into this program. And do they can do internship in rural marketing as well, which is going digital now in a big way, and as well as in the field space. So I think all those directions can come from you, sir, and our students will be very, very fortunate to be guided by you and your association. I think it's a big step, and I'm deep thanks to you from the bottom of my heart that you have extended this help to us. So thank you so
it's not
much.
help. I mean, whatever we can contribute to industry, number one. Number two, the industry today is grappling with lack of talent, and I don't know that talent could be sitting in a house which is next to mine, or could be sitting in a house which is in Mysore or Mandya or Bijapur or Belgaum or anywhere else.
Absolutely.
I would want to invite that talent, and IGNOU can be our partner in inviting the talent, make them industry ready, and we will absorb them 100%.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Radha? Yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want to say
No, what
something?
I'm thinking is, as per the convenience of Shri Amit, I would like to have some more session also. Let us have a series of sessions on event management studies and its benefits, how it is useful in both getting a job or a self-employment, like a startup. So mainly we can focus on startup as our IGNOU IIC. So our OP Sharma also saying about this. Even our Indian government, NEP 2020 also focusing on encouragement of the startups.
Maybe
So
we
I'm
could
trying to,
invite Amit ji to the
yes, ma'am. So I'm also
NCID
planning.
workshop
Yes, ma'am.
also. Yes,
So we
yes.
will be conducting
Innovations.
this IGNOU IIC session, sir. Amit sir, mainly focusing on entrepreneurship, innovation, and startup. So I would like to have some more session as per your convenience. Sure, we'll be planning this. And now I think it is need to create awareness of this. It's an
Absolutely. We will also do our bit on creating awareness.
yes,
We
yes,
will also circulate it to every member, every agency in Karnataka to know about these programs. And maybe they want to enroll their new staff, new recruits as a training program for them with IGNOU. And we will also do that our bit. We will also speak to media channels from our side
Oh,
to
fine,
talk
fine,
about this
fine.
program, because this program will help us in the end.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
yes,
that's what we will do ourselves as well.
yes, yes. Yeah, even I would like to invite Sir to engage session for our students also, being an expert. So I will again talk to you, sir, and show you the method of becoming a panel evaluator and also the counselor. You and your team also can become as officially to engage our sessions.
Yes.
He has
And
some wonderful people in his team, and Umesh ji
yes,
was talking about videos, audios, videos. Amit ji has made innumerable videos for
yes,
us
I
for
have
our
seen the
MOOCs.
website.
His team also, so
Yes,
he's very, very, very skilled in this area, and he himself is a authority in video production. So, needless to say, we are all very privileged, and I'm very, very thankful to you, sir, that you I
yes,
hear it's given us a lot of motivation and strength to
yes,
take this program forward.
yes.
Thank you so much.
So I request the participant to raise your queries if
Yes,
any,
yes. Would like
or
to
we
hear
will
from
close the
anyone.
session.
Feel free to ask any questions. Just open your mics and ask.
Or you may share through email also. Sir, I think your sessions are very good, very clear. There are no doubts at all.
If at all any
Yes.
questions come up, you have my email ID. Please share it with people. I would
Yes,
love
sir.
to answer
Sure,
any
sure, sir. Sure, sir. Certainly. So
I
now
think
my
we can have a series of lectures also, ma'am, with the Karnataka Event Management Association. He
yes,
has a
sir.
very robust team. I know many of them. I know many members in his team.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
I'd request Amit ji to kindly send their mail IDs to
Yes.
Radhaji, or whichever way you
Certainly,
can
certainly. We
coordinate.
will
Yeah.
do follow-up action. We also do the promotion activity campaigns day. So already informed to our tourism department and hospital department also. Our Karnataka Kaushalya is there. Kaushalya Bhavan in the Dairy Circle. I have also invited those people also. Some have joined, and IHM also have informed. So sure that we have a great prospects about this program in the coming days.
No, absolutely.
Thank you,
This
ma'am.
this program is about skilling of people, and our honorable Prime
Yes,
Minister
yes, sir,
mission is
yes,
to
sir.
skill the country, skill India is his biggest mission.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes, yes,
and this is one industry where we will be able to skill people in a big way.
yes, it is true, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes,
And I request Dr. Radha to please put this video on the social media also.
certainly, sir.
Very,
Certainly, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
on the
It's
local-
already in the recording mode and YouTube
Yeah.
mode, sir. YouTube live, it's going on, sir. So I will also share again the report and photos, video links to RHD, sir, today. Sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, shall I wind up the
Okay, thank
session,
you very
sir?
much.
You see, Pandey, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Amit ji, thank you so much. You spared your time for this program. You're a very busy person, I know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
And-
Pandey ji.
Okay,
and-
thank you,
You're
thank
lovely.
you.
And
Thank you.
actually, madam, we are also planning our Bangalore of Technology 1314 is a very dynamic study center. Many of our computer related and many related programs are activated there. They are the nodal LHC for our, all these
Wow.
programs in 2020. And our director is having some meeting. And Dr. Shankar Gowda, coordinator, is not available. He has deputed Dr. Shrutiba to convey the concluding report and vote of thanks to all of us. So I may request Shrutiba madam to kindly.
Yeah, sure, madam. Yeah, I, Shrutiba, on behalf of BIT Study Center, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Mr. Amit Singla, President, Karnataka Event Management Association and CEO, India, Scotch and Water Events, for gracing your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today, sir. And I do extend my vote of thanks to Professor Ina, School of Continuing Education, IGNO, Dr. Radha, Senior Regional Director, Bangalore Regional Center, Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, Director, Regional Service Division, and I also extend my thanks to Dr. Ema Malini, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Kasturi Pestla, Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Shanmugam, Assistant Regional Director, and all staff of regional centers, coordinators of various study centers, students, and also the counselors. Thanks a lot, sir, and also Inaji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Madam, I'm closing the session. See you again.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Amit ji. Thank you, Radha ji. Thank you, Shruti. Thanks to all for attending.
Yeah, maybe soon we'll do in person.